Hey, um, it's a gorgeous rainy day during rose season. You can see the pink rose bush. That's actually our neighbor's rose bush, but you can see it on our side of the fence too. And we have some red roses. I don't know if you can see them on the side of the house, but anyway, yeah, there's. It's been a day of. I mean, it's been a while of energetic unhooking in different ways. And it's clearer than ever that this is not something that you can do. You know, it's not something you can force. It's not something you can do at all. Um, you can watch it happen. And when it happened, I mean, I guess it can happen like little by little increments, probably that maybe they're sub-perceptible, or maybe that's just like an IFS, a good IFS session, or a good psychedelic session, good meditation session. Vipassana samskaras burning off. Um, and then who knows, like maybe it reaches a critical mass at some point, and then there's a big, you go to retreat, you're silent for a long enough time, you've done enough work, and then it's just like the thing you just feel it. Like not in any kind of dimension you can speak about or measure with a caliper or an electrogram or whatever. It's it's beyond it's beyond. And you can feel afterwards, you can feel something that used to grip you, that used to grab you. It's not, it's like, how do you say? Like maybe the TV's still there, maybe the TV's still on, but whatever you had hooked into the TV got unplugged. So you're like, oh, the TV, oh, that's not me. That's just stuff happening. And so even this sort of subliminal, subconscious identification that you can't really say exactly what it is. You can just feel when it unhooks, maybe sometimes, and you can feel the effect afterwards. It's like, oh, that thing that used to bother me doesn't bother me anymore. That thing that used to catch me doesn't catch me anymore. That thing that used to define me doesn't define me anymore. And you can say like, well, okay, then there's nobody to do anything, so there's nothing to do, blah blah blah. But the way I kind of think of that now is that there's an illusion of choice or free will, just like there's an illusion of everything else. So, you can say choice chooses. And can you do that? I mean, if you don't even exist, then I don't see how, and yet choice can choose somehow. And the illusion of choice, even if it's an illusion, it feels like you're choosing. And very often what people they think like, oh, I'm doing nothing. I'm doing the right things, I'm doing nothing. It's like actually what you're doing is resisting. What you're doing is holding yourself back from something. And that's active too. That's active in a often a I mean, you can feel it. Are you happy? Are you where you want to be? Are you doing what you want to do? Are you, do you feel like there could be no improvements to this moment? When you feel like that, I've had glimpses of that in my life, but more and more it's just common. And I can see getting to a point where it's ongoing. And I think part of what, you know, helped me get there, if there's a there to get to, if there's a help, whatever, it's all just happening in the end of the day. But what it feels like as things, and I don't know what's causing what, but it's like I can really ask myself, what am I holding myself back from? What is it that I truly desire? What is it that I've always wanted to do? Um, whether it's, I have good memories in college of washing dishes while listening to a CD. I can do that right now. I still have the same CD. Um, or, being a bartender. I could be, I don't feel like I want to be a bartender right now, but I could. I probably could if I really wanted to. I found a way when I wanted to after college, even though I had no experience, no connections. It didn't take long at all. It was kind of shocking how quickly and how well it worked out. Not in a way I expected, but we're not writing the script. Uh, and the script isn't always what we think we want, but it also can't be improved upon, even though we can somehow exercise our illusion of choice to make it better. I don't know. I don't know how this all works. It's a mystery. But yeah, so for example, today I did yoga on the porch in the rain. That's one of those things I've always wanted to do. And, why on earth not do it, right? I don't know, something in me just thought it was indulgent or I didn't deserve it or the neighbors would think it was weird or, whatever, whatever. But it's like, fuck it, man, I want to do it. Or my yoga mat's going to get dirty, like humans are very silly. So, yeah, I just reared back and did the thing today and it was lovely. And it was like, man, this moment really could not be improved upon. It really, really couldn't. Maybe you could imagine yourself like a really jacked corgi, and that'd be even better. But I'm just kidding. Um, but yeah, in a sense, you're already doing everything you can do. So it's not like you can uh, choose the moment when you get to start making different choices. And yet somehow you can live as if everything is already perfect. You can live as if this window blind is exactly what it should be. You can live as if your choices are making themselves, so you can relax and flow in a direction that feels aligned to your deepest, truest instinct and wish. And there's no telling what that's going to look like. And there's no telling that it might change hour to hour, day to day, month to month, year to year. So, whatever it might look like today, you don't know what it's going to look like tomorrow. either your apparent choices or your apparent environment, your apparent scenario. Everything can change at any moment. But this moment, you can inhabit it. Get to an apparent choice point. Take a breath. See where it flows. Don't just the next conditioned thing, the next habitual thing, the next thing you do when you get to a choice point and you're kind of afraid of that level of freedom. Take a breath. Take a step back. What do I actually want to do right now? Oh, that doesn't make sense. Oh, my yoga mat might get dirty. Oh, yeah. It's like, yeah, that's your habitual thinking. Thoughts. And yeah, I mean, I feel like whatever today was, it came in its own time. I couldn't rush it. I couldn't force it. I feel like uh I feel like some things have helped, but I couldn't I mean, they happened when they happened. It's counterfactual to say, well, I could have done this earlier. I could have done that earlier. Well, I didn't, so that's that. Um, but there are some things in the relative world with the relationships and different things that I've been working on that have been energetically difficult. I mean, they've brought up a lot of energetics. Uh, for example, and I did the 5-MeO dimethyltryptamine. This was just a week and a half ago. Um, and in one kind of weird sense, from this spot right here, and again, this spot, it's a blink in time. I mean, I talk to me tomorrow, next week, next year, it might look totally different. I might have a totally different relative transient opinion. But from right here, psychedelics seem like just kind of fun stuff. Like, yeah, it can be used ceremonially, it can be used relationally, it can be used energetically, it can apparently speed up the process of energetic unbinding on relative timescales. And in a sense, it's like I didn't choose to do them. They just sort of showed up in my experience, in my life, in my awareness, in my possibility space. And then there was a kind of like, oh, well, should I or shouldn't I? And then, yeah, let's do it. Something nudged me this way or that way, obviously, because I either did it or didn't. Um, but all that energetic stuff, all that processing, all that IFS, old stories, old stuff stored in the body, from right here, right now, it's like, oh yeah, that was really cute to have those big stories that somehow apparently helped the unbinding process or were part of the unbinding process. And now it just feels like stories and energy, not anything personal, not anything transcendent, not anything. I mean, if you want transcendent, like, I think that's what the 5-MeO really helped me with is Oh, there's nothing transcendent. Oh, this is it. Oh, yeah, all that shit, all that mystical experiences. It's not something to aim for. It's not something to grasp after. It's not something to hold out for, wish for, seek. It's like if they want to find you, they'll find you. The seeking is what's fucking exhausting. And I mean, I don't know, I've heard that a million times, and then finally, like, it hits, and you're like, oh, shit, yeah. Yeah, the seeking was exhausting. All the stories, all the striving, all the taking things seriously, all the. I mean, bless my heart, bless all of our hearts, building up enough of a sense of self so that we could transcend or not take the self so personally or seriously. Because we're not hurting, and we're not needing to seek so much. We're not needing to escape so much. Really, that sense of the feeling of me that wants to escape. I want to be somewhere else. I want to. Why am I not in Switzerland? Why am I not in the Sinai? Why am I not in the Sacred Valley? Uh, and if I was in the Sacred Valley, it's like, why am I not in the suburbs of Tulsa with a family and a nice shower, you know, and a garden with moonflowers? Like that. Like anywhere but here. Anywhere but here. Not here. Um, that subtle, inescapable, inescapable wish to escape. Uh, Somehow that disconnected today, and I could kind of feel it happening. I mean, I could feel some kind of energetic unhooking. And when the energetic unhooking happened at the December retreat, I remember thinking like, oh God, I got to hold my mouth just right and be really still, and maybe even not breathe. Otherwise it's going to stop and it's not going to happen. It's sort of like this really rare thing is happening. I can't screw it up. Right. And today when it started happening, it was like, oh, I don't control this. I can't screw this up. I can have whatever thought I want. I can move however I want. It's going to do what it does, one way or another, one time or another. I can relax, or I can not relax. I can do whatever the fuck I want. My son is fond of saying, I can do whatever I want. Uh, and it's kind of like, yeah, buddy, you're right. I mean, I don't want him to run into traffic, but you know what I mean. Like, we are free beings. I mean, at the mercy of an infinitude of causes and conditions, but also free somehow, paradoxically. Feels free. I feel like I have choice. I feel like I can do whatever I want. And I feel like I'm exactly where I should be, because where else would I be? And I feel like immense fondness for the clover patch and the little snakes and the rose bushes and the incredible fleeting preciousness that I also don't have to try to save and scrimp and um, capture and worry about when it's going to die, because there's no death right here. I mean, there's constant birth and death, but you know what I mean? It's like right now my life is right here. These textures, these even the narratives, they show up as textures. but I'm not, the thing in me that is afraid is not so hooked into it anymore. So it's like I can get all the benefit and none of the drawbacks, none of the sort of squeamish, frightened distaste for life. I can still feel, there's a really strong energetic in my lower belly that's still there. It feels like fear or dread or something, but it used to be something, I mean, just like this morning, it was something that's like, oh, that's a problem. I need to figure out how to resolve that. Right now, it's like, oh, that's one of the textures of life. It's going to do what it's going to do. And it used to kind of direct my activities in a way like, oh, I can't work on my book right now. I have all this dread in my guts. I need to go eat something, you know? I can't do yoga on the porch. Who do I think I am? It's just like a leaf. It's like a tree. It's another texture of experience. It doesn't need to tell me anything. I watched a Zubin video where he was talking about how the textures of life show up, and he's just kind of jawing and bullshitting as humans do, as I'm pretty much doing right now. Uh, and it's like, I don't know, felt like doing it. Peace out. YouTube is an interesting texture of experience. Ahmed said my eyes looked brighter after I did the, 5-MeO. And like I said, I don't even really remember much about it except for laughing. Maybe it was just like a bunch of trapped joy finally being expressed, and it sort of, I don't know, cracked something open. I'll take it. It almost seems like we shouldn't need to work so hard to just relax. But I know for myself, I couldn't have rushed it. I couldn't have made it happen. I couldn't have like, buckled down and gotten it done. They really the And I couldn't have forced myself to surrender. The whole thing just, I mean, ongoing. The whole thing seems to just be playing itself out in its own way, in its own time. And the best thing I can do is try to relax and enjoy it. But I know that's easier said than done when you're in the thick of it. Try to have faith, but that's easier said than done when you've been made into a skeptic for good reasons. Try to relax and don't be the surgeon, even though life has made you hypervigilant. Try to have faith in your own inherent worth, even though you've been conditioned heavily about your worthlessness. I mean, into feelings of worthlessness. Try to embody love, even when so often love has been painful and unrequited and elusive. Easier said than done, I know. I feel the way the universe has caught me, and I feel the ways I have pulled back and resisted. And, even that sometimes, maybe that was exactly what was supposed to happen. Who knows? So, I mean, in a sense, you can't go wrong because you're not doing it. But you can relax and you are free, and you can't force anything. And I'm grateful to live in this world, in this universe, in this backyard on this rainy day.